welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you're going to be joining us for some Mountain West Rocket League action. Boise State is going to be looking to continue on their winning streak in Rocket League, starting off the night by going up against the University of Wyoming. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. I am joined by Greg Smith to call all of the action for you. And Greg, this being the Mountain West, this means that Boise State has quite a history quite a reputation to live up to, if I'm not mistaken.
They do indeed. You're not mistaken. Last semester, they took home several trophies. I mean, topping out just really big dog territory in Valorant, Rocket League, Overwatch. They're on a winning streak they would love to uphold.
And I also understand there's a milestone they're approaching.
Indeed, they are. If we take this win, it will be win number 999, approaching that big 1K for the program.
All right, so we'll see if Boise State can continue on the pace and make this an extra special night. But one thing that isn't extra special, of course, is the rules of the game, because it's Rocket League. It's the steadfast game that we all know and love. 3v3 soccer, best of 5 competitive maps, and golden goal sudden death. That's how it's going to work out. Kind of always splitting the difference between those long, grindy games versus those very short ones, best of 5. Usually the standard of choice. We can also see the players up on stage, and we can see what lineup will be brought up for this matchup against Wyoming. Looks like we're going to be playing with Hoosh, Lions, and Gil tonight. Hoosh, one of those new recruits.
It is a little bit of a shakeup. We have seen a couple new recruits come through, including Durtho and Hoosh. I'd love to see them on the field.
Well, no matter who's playing, whether it be a seasoned veteran or a brand new player, they're going to want to employ Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League to play at their very best. And that, of course, is going to be to set play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and, of course, employ those sweaty comms. Doc's keys to the game brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. We're ready to head into the first game just as soon as we show off, of course, the stylish ride that both these teams are going to have. Actually, most likely it's going to be Octane, as everyone goes with the standard car, the logo of the game itself. It's good, it's dependable, just like the Broncos. Here we go into the first kickoff of the game. Kickoff is going to head over to the side as Hoosh tries to take control of it, and the demo onto Viscus might clear it out for the Broncos. They're going to still be looking for their first goal. Just one little tap there from Uni is going to keep the Broncos at bay for now.
Broncos looking to kick it right back into the goal area. A good work around one player, but they lose a little bit of contact there. Gil going to be a close handoff to Hoosh. Vicious walks it out between them and over Lions, but doesn't get quite across the 50. Finally, it does some corrections, trying to just keep it out of the hands of these Bronco players, but inevitably they will find a way. Gil to be the one to tap it out. Oh, and that is the first one scored by Vicious. A point to Wyoming.
Boise had the right idea, but Lions just kind of missed out on that 50-50, and that got scored on a wide open goal. So despite the early side control the Broncos had, they are now going to be trailing by 1 in this match.
An early demo on as Unicorn gets shut down. So Vicious, wow, despite the demo, walks one straight into the goal. It is not a great start for the Broncos, and Wyoming have 2 points in the pocket.
Sometimes you just get these awkward situations where they're going for the boost, trying to set up for the next play, but the other team wants to play just a little bit faster than you had in mind.
Yep, got to keep those comms very active. That 50-50 Gil takes and even keeps walking it across Vicious, and Lions a quick shot onto the goal, and it finds the back. A very comedic cowboy score mark. Playing against the Wyomings here, the Boise State find their first point.
Yep, it is the Broncos versus the Cowboys, so the Wild West showdown tonight, if you will. As we go into the next kickoff, Hoosh gets a slightly better touch on it. But Una answers back, is going to try to play it off the front post, but Lions just kind of clears that out toward the side. Back over to Hoosh toward the front post. It's just going to be deflected by the Cowboys. Lions comes in again, cannot set up, but Gil sees the play. It's a risky angle. He tries to take it, but just a little bit too tricky of a shot.
Yeah, so close to the tap, but Unicorn good on the defense there. Able to come wide in. Lions now Trying to set around that goal. Gil with a good aerial steal. He's going to set it up. Another tap, and Hoosh ready in the back. Just flies right by. Apro going to be the one to take it to the half, but not before Lions can defend it. Unicorn trying to push it across, and it's that ping-pong game we see with good offense from both sides, but it's a defense that could really take it. Lions going to deflect that one a little bit further down than we were ready for, but it leads to a beautiful setup. Lions comes back around for the win of a second point to Wyoming.
Boise State has managed to equalize this. Vicious unable to rotate to the back post quick enough. Now Boise State tied with Wyoming. Lions has really come alive. 3 shots on goal, 2 goals all to him. Kickoff is going to have to go in favor of Gil, who was able to cheat it out from behind.
Hoosh to find those first taps. Gil looking to dig it out this corner. Good. Oh, almost descend towards center, but Apro able to walk it around while Lions is absolutely demoed. Apro looking to get it around. Hoosh doesn't happen. Lions going to be the one to take it from Vicious. It's a race, and it goes Lions' hands. Hoosh now looking to bump it out of the way. Gil lets it go a little ways. Coming back, trying to tip it around. Apro with good control, but there's just not anyone to follow up. Keeps walking around, and it's Vicious to find point 3. The Wyoming Cowboys looking to wrangle these Broncos.
Not only point 3 for the Cowboys, but also for Vicious. He picks up the hat trick with that little number. Boise State has to equalize yet again, but we are hardly even halfway through this match. We'll see how Boise State does on this next kickoff. They get the better of it. Lions follows up. He doesn't get the first touch on the ball, but he's going to settle for a demo at the very least.
Gil playing comfortable with the goal there. Digs it out just barely to send it corner side. Lions now the first defense. Does work it out and gets a double. Apro, the last one on the field for the Wyoming team, is still able to hold up pretty solidly, even since when goal side finds it.
All right, this might be a little bit more of a tricky match than we initially thought. Wyoming getting a 2-goal lead over the Broncos. Gil tries to use the goal itself to get a last-minute clear upside down, but doesn't quite work out. So now Broncos still have 2 minutes to make 2 goals. 1 minute a goal isn't too bad in terms of Rocket League, so we'll see if they can get back some control here.
No, especially considering the pace we've been seeing. We could have an equalizer in our midst still. Apro, the footwork, gets it around 2 of the BSU players before Hoosh comes in and takes it from the side. Lions, the reflect, getting it back into that corner now. Trying to center it, but no one is available, and Apro sends it straight down an open field. Aim a little bit wide, so Hoosh has time to recollect, get it back down. A quick demo into Apro. Man, it has been an offensive and forward game.
Boise State manages to hold on to the little bit of side control they do have. Gil with a lob up towards center. Lions trying to waterfall it down, not going to find it. Hoosh tries again. Gil is in center, and Lions and Gil are actually going to slow play this one. Just be able to negate that clear that Wyoming tries. It's back over toward Wyoming's goal. Boise State has been peppering shots on goal time after time again, and Hoosh with the whip on that one. Boise State might still be looking, but Gil is able to bail him out and get the Broncos back into within 1 goal.
Oh, just so scary there. Lions with another touch to set up, and Gil has to be there. Those rotations have to be tight, and everyone has to be present to correct a miss like that. But Boise State did it, and they have destroyed that security goal that Wyoming had. They're just looking for an equalizer here in their 1 minute. They are right on track with that estimate. Lions, beautiful shot straight forward, and an adjustment. The old 2-tap. Lions finds that equalizing goal, and there's still 50 seconds on the clock.
What a turn of events for the Broncos. Lion has been playing his heart out. Already has 5 shots on goal, has the hat trick for himself. But Boise State, more than just one player getting all the glory, wants to get the overall win. This kickoff might help. That Lions with a great cheat is going to be able to get the Broncos the early side control. Unit tries to chip it over Gil, but Gil still manages to get a pop. Back toward the Broncos. Lions up the wall. In the passing lane, Hoosh looks like he's going to try to rotate action, because rotate to back post to stop this shot on goal. Now he can take control of it, play it off the wall with half a minute left. We might be going into overtime for the first game of tonight.
What an exciting start. Hoosh looking to fall it around, maybe get a little bit of setup. Sure enough, Gil is going to be the one to come in and take it. A good adjustment by the Wyoming team there, but Broncos just don't want it. Only 8 seconds till ground. Lions looking to float one in. Beautiful air roll, but Apro's going to disrupt it. It stays grounded for the next few seconds, and that could be it. Apro just can't quite get that adjustment in time, and it looks like we could be going to an overtime.
All right, it is overtime. Golden goal situation. 1 in wins. We're just waiting on the initial volley. Gil gets the demo onto Apro. Vicious is going to go through with the hero play, actually. Gets the side control back in time for the Wyoming respawn. Now around the corner, Yuna trying to contest the Lions. Is not going to be able to push it around him. Hoosh comes in to play it off the wall for the clear. It's deflected by Wyoming. A lot of ping-pong and back and forth in mid. Vicious and Lions both unable to elevate up to get contact with that soccer ball. Napro pushes it back off to the corner. Lions sees it to Hoosh. It's wide open, and the Broncos get the win.
Absolutely beautiful. That is the first on a best of 5. 5v4, so many quick goals there.
Nice job by the Broncos. They were definitely facing some trials and tribulations from the Cowboys, but they are off to a great start in this match. Gets the first win of this best of 5. Boise State, it really seems like either of the teams, the goals that we're getting are the goals that happen when there just isn't quite the quick enough rotation. Like, we're seeing a lot of open goals be scored. Maybe someone's on front post instead of back, but I think it's how quickly these teams can get around the field that is going to really determine who wins this game.
Yeah, and the deliberacy of that zone of control placement to make sure you really have the coverage that you need. And it's a dynamic situation. Having that coverage always be revolving to check all the bases you need. We're at the level of play where one hit towards the goal is not what you need. It has to be the follow-up. And in some cases, 3 people touch the ball before it goes in.
Well, Boise State now ready to head off to the second round. We'll see if they can put themselves up to match point or if the Cowboys are going to continue to give them a run for their money. Cowboys have already been able to build up a 2-goal lead before the Broncos fought back, so I would not consider this sweep territory by any stretch of the imagination. Let's continue and see how the Broncos do in game number 2.
If you are just joining us, this is the Mountain West coverage of Boise State playing against Wyoming in a best-of-5 Rocket League.
Bill's going to start things off with the pass over to Hoosh in the center. Back over to Gil, the give and go, and now for show. Not going to be able to find the goal, however.
Just a pixel too wide. Unicorn looking for that follow-up, trying to take it in wide as well. Lions on the defense is able to shut him down. Now Hoosh looking to send it back across the 50 with an assistance from Gil, makes it happen. Apro, a double commit from Unicorn to get it back over, leading to Hoosh's demise. A quick demo right in front of the goal. If it weren't for Lions blocking, it could have been dastardly. Gil to elbow it right out from under him. Now Unicorn looking for that adjustment, still high. All these shots have been so close, yet close does not score nearly as many points as touching the back of the goal.
Lions with the shot toward the post. The shot is just a little bit wide. Ball lobbed pretty slowly back toward the Broncos, but Apro still has control of it. Goes in for the follow-up. Gil is going to wrangle it away from them. Now back into midfield. Vicious plays it above to the Broncos. Lions just waiting in the corner. Passes back to Hoosh. Back pass over to Gil to head the ball over to the other side of the field. Broncos still struggling to find their clear.
Going to try to get it back to center. Apro struggling between Gil and Lions here. Now Vicious turn, trying to center it up. Apro in place for the drop, but it's not quite there. Defense is too strong. Unicorn keep trying to cycle it around, but he's played right over, and Hoosh looking to walk it back to the other side. Defense is set though. Apro going to walk it up. Lions a little bit high, chips it straight up, and Gil, there's not much he can do. It is just so airborne, and the race to set it up correctly is a little bit awkward. It ends up getting centered, but Unicorn's going to be the one to find it. A quick defense from Gil. Oh, just looking to flip it back over that line, but no momentum was there. So Vicious, coming in strong, is able to take it to the corner. Looking for a good setup with Apro, but oh, what a commit. And just everybody is on top of it. Game starts to speed up as Gil tries to chip it across the 50. Shut down Hoosh, looking for some kind of a setup. Trying to get behind the ball. Unicorn sending it in the corner, even finding a demo. Clear up the field a little bit.
Apro pushes it back to the corner. Gil with a little bit of a shot that heads way over all of the Cowboys and gives the Broncos just enough time to find almost a complete clear, but unable, no one's going to be able to elevate up and try to steal it away from Yuna. So Yuna gets the full air dribble back toward Boise State. Pass over to Gil, heads into midfield, but Yuna has it covered off the backboard. Well, Cowboys try to score. Looks like the Broncos are still managing to get away with a 1-1 tie.
Vicious now with an upward bounce. Just trying to get it across, but the defense is strong. He's going to need someone to back him up to have any chance to get towards the goal. Interesting how the play style here has totally changed. I mean, the pacing of the points at this time in the match, our last round, Boise State was looking at an equalizer of 4 points each. The game has really become a little bit more defensive.
Yeah, Broncos have been kept on the back foot, only to 2 shots on goal. Now, Wyoming has only had 3 shots on goal themselves, so pretty low-scoring game all around. Vicious going to try to change that, trying to play it above Apro, but Apro is able to read the play, and Vicious wins that 50 against Gil back toward Boise State's goal. It seems like Wyoming's been very good at getting side control, but it's just getting the shots on goal that they're coming up short and leaving this game tied. Yuna trying to change that, passing it over Gil. Vicious comes in. We actually got a Rule 1 being brought out onto the field, so effectively now 2-2. Lions with a very fast play back over toward Wyoming. Sometimes this 2-2 nature of the game can catch everyone off guard, and Vicious just left chasing after that one. Is going to be a couple seconds short. Broncos go back into the lead.
Move right next in. Apro going to get a good shot out towards the side, and nobody takes it. Lions now with an assist from Gil's going to get it close to the goal, but that's not quite what they're looking for. Uni's got the chance to move it across, but ends up getting handed to Hoosh. Comes for a nice bump to disrupt, only going to give space for Gil. He's trying to walk it forward, but Uni still has the front foot, trying to wave dash around, ends up with the backhand double committing. Lions now patiently waiting. He's able to keep it from chipping across the 50. He's looking for some kind of backup here. Hoosh goes for it, but Apro right underneath is able to boost for it. Gil looking to dig it out this corner with a nice setup, but the defense is strong. Hoosh looking to hold that nice third-man position, waiting for some kind of push across. Lions with a nearly open goal, almost had a shot for it, but Vicious gets it out of there, making this a Boise State win if it can get grounded. Lions with a greedy shot, takes it to the goal. There's 1 point left. Sorry, 1 second left.
Nice little insurance goal to keep the Broncos and the lead. That's all 3 players playing toward that one. Lions sees the Gil shot is a bit high, comes in to bail him out. Now with just 1 second left, for sure looks like Broncos are going to be going over to their match point. Pinched off to the side. As long as the ball stays in the air, the game is still going to go on, but it doesn't mean that the Cowboys can actually get 2 goals right now. It is fairly decided for the Broncos. Broncos might just try to get 1 more for show, as long as they can keep it aerial.
It looks like it. They have not changed their win con here. They are still thirsting for another goal. The Boise State is actually looking to assist this a little bit in the air. Uni is going to keep it airborne if he can. Lions sends it a bit too wide, and that is match.
Nice job for the Broncos. Just 1 away from getting a victory, despite a very quick start by the Cowboys. Boise State looking to really take control of this match. I mean, look at the shots on goal there. 73% in control of the Broncos.
And look at this beautifully full arena filling out these stadium-style seating, all here ready to see the match.
Yeah, Boise State has definitely a lot in the cheering section. Now we'll see if they can give this audience what they are looking for. That is a Boise State win to make it 9-9-9, as you said, in terms of the total victories for the Boise State program. We're going to get into the next match and see if the Broncos can sweep the Cowboys 3-0 in this best-of-5. Getting ready to head into it as soon as we can. Back down to the field. And overall, who do you think the first kickoff is going to go in favor of? Do you think the Cowboys are going to try something tricky?
I don't think they're going to try something tricky. I think consistent gameplay has really been what has given people the advantage here.
All right. Well, we'll see if Boise State... I mean, well, 2 of the goals that Wyoming scored in the first game were, 2 very quick kickoff goals.
I just want to see what the pacing is going to be like. After that first game was so quick and the second one was so, it felt like just stone giants just barely moving through. Well, we're going to see a couple chips right off the bat, and wow, Vicious with a guide in
so
to take a fast one.
You must owe me $1 or something, because I asked you for the prediction of whether they'd score, and they sure did. 7 seconds into the game, Cowboys still have a lot to say about this match.
It could be a quick offensive-based map after we saw a little bit slow play in the last one. Gil going to be able to leverage it out of that 50-50. Hoosh looking to adjust, but it's not going to be there. It could be a fake out from Lions trying to get Apro away from the goal, whether it worked or not. Oh, that adjustment was just so close, but instead it gets flicked to the other side. Gil looking to take it back to center, but it'll be quite a bit of a setup away before we have a decent shot on goal. Lions looking to prove me wrong, gets blocked by Vicious, and it goes high again. Trying to get it out, but Apro able to hold his ground, looking to work it right over Gil. Tries to make it around. Hoosh Vicious doing well to back it up. It is chipped back over the 50 with, a momentum that was quickly reversed.
Quick shot by Gil. Deflected off to the corner. But Hoosh back over to Lions. Whiffs on that shot. Boise State still left trailing by 1. Now Gil comes in for another round at it to play it above Apro over to Lions. The ball is just hanging in front of the goal, and Boise State is still left searching, and they might get scored on in the counterplay. Vicious, living up to his name.
Man, Gil was just caught in an awkward situation there. He could have pushed forward, but kind of left the goal open. Instead, decided to hold a defensive place, but Hoosh and all his wave dashing just could not catch up to it. Looks like it is 2 points for Wyoming. They are really looking to wrangle these Bulls.
And Wyoming might, in fact, just get 3 goals is going to be left there. Hoosh trying on the counterattack. Ball was just a little bit wide.
Gil looking to go for a nice setup here as Lions is ready for the kickoff, just centered. He's going to send it straight forward and threading the needle right around 2 Wyoming players. Looks to get that down to an equalizable position. Now a 1-2 in the favor of Wyoming.
Great job for the Broncos, bringing it back within 1 goal. Still anyone's game and a lot of time left. Off the kickoff, it goes slightly in favor of the Broncos, and Lions elevates too far up, allowing the shot from Uni is going to put Cowboys back into a 2-goal lead.
These Cowboys are just comfortable with the first 7 seconds of the game. Look at these plays. Unicorn with great air adjustment just tips it right over all 3 BSU players. What a snapshot. This makes Boise State's travel uphill for sure with 3:30 on the clock. 50-50 going to go sideways for another try. It's not really leveraged anywhere. Gil sends it back down the center to Hoosh, but Hoosh has a good setup for Gil. Not quite going to be there. Apro going to be the one to try to defend that. Uni now trying to take it back out. Does chip it over 1. This second going to be sending it back towards the center field. Vicious on good defense. Does get it over both BSU players trying to attack here. Vicious with a little bit of a centering move, almost giving it to Hoosh for the waterfall. Lions long behind, facing the wrong way, can't quite take it, but Gil was looking for that goal, bringing it back to a 2-3. We've basically burned a minute since the last situation. Boise State now, if able to take a quick goal, could bring it to an equalize, but Wyoming looking for that security. It's 3 minutes on the clock.
This next kickoff could be very crucial for the Broncos, get them back into a tied game. Lions is going to be pretty uncontested on that kickoff, so it's going to head over to the side, back over to where Apro is, trying to get the redirect from Uni. Still not going to find it. Apro now back with the pass to Vicious. The shot is toward the goal. Who steps up for the save? It's going to head over to Gil in the corner. Deflected back toward the Broncos, and Lions is able to stop that shot before it happens.
Yeah, a little bit of an aggressive centering there. They're walking it in smoothly here, though. Apro with a nice adjustment to deflect that shot. Now walking it down. Hoosh is going to send it a little sideways, but it's not necessarily bad for the Cowboys. It's got it down on that side of the field. Lions looking to send it back around using that corner. Gil playing against Vicious there. Uni trying to walk it back up. It's just a game of adjustments here. Hoosh with the foresight shuts down another point attempt. Gil looking to line up, and Lions right behind him to do the same. Uni on an aggressive defense is able to keep it near the 50, but without that momentum, Hoosh is able to send it right back down, and Lions right in the spot is able to get a clean adjust for the pocket, bringing an equalization. Only 2 minutes on the clock and an effective 0-0.
Definitely seems like the Broncos' strategy is waiting for Wyoming to rotate too far up the field and then scoring on the open goal. Lions has gotten 2 goals that way, 1 over for Gil. We are tied back up with 2 minutes left in this match.
Yeah, let's see if the Wyomings can find that spot, that hole, that weak link in their defense and make that adjustment. Wow, considering a weak link in the defense, they do not want to see it. Gil and Hoosh now dropping down, trying to prevent this. Aperol with a slow move around the corner and a quick shot onto Gil.
Back over toward midfield. Gil shot toward goal is just going to be a bit narrow and bounce off the post.
Hoosh with an attempt for a shot kind of plays Apro sly. Now with an open goal, try to move down it, but Vicious, aggressive on the defense, is able to chip it back. So much airborne time gives BSU the time to walk back around, so defense has been solid. Looking to get it back over the 50. Gil with an adjustment off this back wall. Hoosh looking to take it out of Uni's hands, but Vicious is able to reply underneath. Sending it over, not before Gil and Hoosh adjust. Make it back to center stage with only 1 minute on the clock. Quick demo onto Hoosh. Then to Lions, just pacing the BSU players. But it's not enough.
Gil.
They left Gil alive, and that was their big mistake, Gil, to bring point number 4.
I suppose if one player is still alive, it is well within the possibility he is able to read his opportunity to just get it right over the Cowboys for an unexpected goal to put Boise State in the lead with less than a minute left.
Gil said if there is a will, there's a way. Apro with a clean take on that 50-50, really won the game, but there and almost walked it down the center. Lions now looking to defend it. Apro getting it across the field line very slowly. Hoosh trying to work back behind it, a little awkward. Does get it out of the way, and Gil with a close save. Lions with the next. Oh, but the back-to-back, the cycling was excellent, and Apro bringing in their equalizer. The game just burns hot, only 30 seconds left on the clock.
Cowboys trying to keep this alive by any means necessary. Just 30 seconds left. This next kickoff is going to decide the way of the game. Both teams go after it equally, but Apro on the cheat is able to keep it in Wyoming's favor, setting it up in front of the goal. Lions tries to deflect it, but it's right in front of the Boise State's goal. They're just going to run into the shot maker to try to take that away from the Cowboys. It heads back toward Boise State's goal, but there isn't really a follow-up, so Boise State is going to have some time to possibly clear, or we're going to be heading into overtime yet again.
Yep, only 2 left on the clock, and I would suspect a grounding in order. Looking into overtime position. We have seen these overtimes go so short. Will it be a tricky one? Looks like the 50 goes straight sideways. Up the wall, Uni's looking to take it, but Gil does not let this happen again. He's seen it and he's tired of it. He gets it out of there. Back into the corner. We're now into more of a stable game. Apro looking to keep it on this side, but Gil with the double tap to get it across. Coach, just a little bit of adjustment. They are able to shut down Lions, and they're walking it down the halls. Vicious with a glorious march towards a 5th goal.
Cowboys manage to drive this over to a game 4. The Broncos just get a little bit too ahead of themselves, not leaving anyone on the goal. And the Cowboys make them pay for that. We're now going to be heading into a game number 4. And it seems like it mainly is kind of the excitement of trying to get the goal that is both these teams' kind of Achilles heel, if you will. They just try to rotate too far up the field. They don't have someone back there defending. And the other team, I mean, so many of these goals have just been back and forth. You can see side control overall was still in favor of the Broncos, but the Wyomings managed to eke out the Broncos just in terms of the actual shots made on goal. So that is going to drive us to a game number 5, not done by any stretch of the imagination.
No, very not. Now, we've seen a very aggressive, offensive first match, as well as a very slow and defensive second match. As we saw again, it bounced back to that first play style. I mean, the action feed just littered the map there. Do you think they're going to learn from that offensive play and try to slow it down for this next one?
I think Boise State is very good at making those sorts of adjustments. It's just a matter of kind of calling people out, making sure the team coordination is out there and saying, hey, I'm going for this shot. We're going to need someone to hang back and play defense for us. We'll see if the Broncos can make it all happen. But now we move on to a game 4. Wyoming trying to drive this to the maximum possible length. We are going to see if they are going to be able to do that. Ready to head into the first kickoff of the match.
Yeah, getting right into it. Dry off those mics, and let's get Looking for this kickoff here. Vicious is able to walk it in a little bit, but it's not enough to win the 50-50. They've still got 5 minutes. Gil taking it up the corner, walking it around. Looking to center it back up. Not going to happen. Aperol, not quite there. Lions trying to take it back into a center for Hoosh. He is going to find it. That's the first point, and a beautiful setup right over the top.
Nice job for the Broncos. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left in the match, and they are already to their first goal. Back over to Hoosh. Now let's see how this next kickoff heads off. And both teams are going to go charging forward in favor of Uni. There isn't really too much follow-up. In fact, Hoosh has a whole lot of time to just clear it out, just casually walks up the field, and the Cowboys almost let another goal slip by.
Fish is now walking it down the field. Gil's going to be a quick stop, but only a reflection off the wall. Does go fairly airborne. Hoosh with a nice adjustment, trying to set it up for Gil and Lions. It could be a good one, but it's just too tall. Tries for one more, but it's not going to be there. Looking to walk it right down the halls here. Apro with an adjustment, almost gets sideways, but Gil too fast. Sees it coming. Uni now to send it over. Hoosh takes it out of the corner. A high defense. They both miss it, and it walks right in. Hoosh's aim pays off.
That is exactly why you do not double commit at all.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Both of them even whiff on it.
Look at that, just threads the needle right through.
If you want to talk about fundamentals, that is the reason why you don't double commit, and Wyoming's finding that out the hard way. And as we move on to this match, we actually have a new addition to our casting crew. I'd like to welcome Artemis Rain, very familiar face here around Boise State Esports. How you doing, Artie?
Pretty good. Really excited to see this possible, most likely going to come to fruition. Game number 999 win for Boise State Esports here, coming from our very own Rocket League squad. I mean, they got first two games under their belts relatively fast. Game number 3 seemed to slip through their fingers just a little bit. But, you know, after this, we're one game off from 1,000. They got to win this. They have 3 minutes and 20 seconds to close it out, so let's hope they do it quick.
Well, they're off to a good start. Lions with another shot toward the goal. An attempted save bounces off the roof of the Cowboys into the corner. Beautiful play by Lions. I'm trying to see who attempted that. Might have been Arrow trying to get the save, but overall, now Lions has put himself on the scoreboard, and the next kickoff is underway.
Sending it right on down. Gil going to be the one to walk it out, try to set it up for Hoosh. It's not going to be there, but Lions trying to keep it on their side. Vicious almost was able to back up and take it. Uni goes for a full send, hoping for it. Kind of clears up this side of the field as Gil and Lions look to cooperate for this ball.
Gil goes for the challenge 50-50, ends up with Hoosh. Ball is in Bronco territory, crossing midfield stripe, and a whiff from Gil allows Lions to pop it up. Vicious tries to go for the deflect, but cannot find the clear here for Wyoming.
Slide tap from Hoosh to push it off to the side. Gil passes back over to Lions now. Gil to redirect, and a demo onto Lions means the follow-up can't come through for that play. But Boise State can just slow play it, wait for the respawn. Lions is back toward midfield, is going to have to start out with a save, trying to keep the Broncos alive and in a comfortable lead.
Ooh, talk about comfort. That was a little bit scary. Lions does dig it out of there and sends it right on down. A correction almost from Gil to keep it in, but Uni and Vicious, no, it's Lions to walk it right over both of them. Finds another goal. That's Boise State in ultimate security. 4-0 with 2 on the clock. That's 30 seconds per goal that Wyoming's going to have to find.
2 defenders in the net, neither one making contact, one barely leaving the ground. So we're going to this next kickoff. Broncos leading by 4, 2 minutes on the clock. Wyoming has to get a goal every 30 seconds, but with the way the Broncos have been playing, odds of that happening are very slim.
Back over toward Lions. Vicious unable, neither of them really win that 50-50. So now it heads back over in front of Wyoming's goal. Quick shot through midfield, but a demo onto Uni is going to put a damper on that enthusiasm. Lions is able to beat Arrow to the punch on that air control. It almost looked like a shot on goal might have been brought out there. The demo kind of obscured our view, but Boise State, as the dust clears, still in a 4-0 lead. But now Cowboys have side control.
No, back off to a stable field of game. We're looking right around the 50. Vicious able to set it up. Apro kind of stolen from. Uni keeps sending it down to the corner, and they're looking to dig it out, center it up. There it is, but Gil, well on the defense, playing very forward, is able to deflect it. Goes in for, again, a little bit of a double commit with Hoosh, but no foul, no harm.
It's very risky clear to the side in front of the Broncos' own net, but it worked out for a moment. Ball is now right back in their territory in the defensive third. Hits that backboard, popped up yet again. Gil going for a great clear to the midfield.
Played off the wall. Apro with another shot, and the ball is very wide. Broncos a little bit bunched up, but now they're going to spread out. Hoosh is going to take him for himself, be able to play it around one. But Apro stops his rally. Demo onto Lions from Wyoming. Another insurance goal attempted, but Boise State is going to just have to settle for the 4-goal lead.
Settling?
It's quite all right. All they need is a 20-second grounding, and they will be happy with it. Hoosh now just playing with it over here, trying to keep it out of Aperol's hands. This side of the field is a comfortable place to be. As we watch from Hoosh's perspective, a nice little send-off into an empty corner.
And that's going to do it for the Broncos, winning it all in Game 4. Pushing their program overall to 999 victories. We are on the precipice of a major milestone for the Broncos. So congrats to them for winning that. That is not all that we have tonight. We are going to have another Mountain West match trying to make the Broncos go to an official 1,000 wins. Before we do that, though, do you have any both of you have any final thoughts on that game you just saw?
I thought it was an excellent game. Good to see Boise State come out on top. I liked the gameplay adjustments as we saw the offense and defense kind of slow down and speed back up. These accommodations to the enemy play team is what really makes the game dynamic.
I am on a chair that swivels. Well, completely tilts, like, so I can actually get like a good angle on you when I respond to this. When you said Broncos have to settle for winning by 4 goals,
I know.
With 20 seconds left on the clock, you can just kind of tell how much confidence these boys actually have in themselves. But like settling, I don't know if that's settling for a 4-goal win. I think that's just, you know, they knew they had it in the bag at that point.
Well, I suppose it's just they were trying for the little extra sparkle, if you
Most
will.
definitely.
But they will have a victory against the Cowboys. We will take this to a break. Before we do, though, we have the player of the game, so we have chance.
Can each of us vote for one person? Because we got 3 people on the desk.
I'm going to take Hoosh.
I like it.
You're taking Hoosh?
I think I'll take Hoosh.
Who would you like to take?
I'll take Lions.
I'll take Gil then. All right. Who's going to be right? I don't know. I'm always wrong, so you can count me out of this right out the gate.
It is going to be Lions, so I'm the one with the correct call, and Lions was definitely a great goal. Always seemed to be there just the right moment on these counterattacks.
Most definitely, Lions popped off today. The question is, will they be able to pop off in another game to get us that 1,000th victory?
We'll just have to find out, but for now, Lions is your player of the game. Brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Lions is your Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. So congrats to him, and the Broncos at large will get one more play so he can bask in all his glory. That's just some great teamwork there as well. Nice job to the Broncos. Well, like I said, this isn't the only Mountain West game that we have. We have another one right at the other end of this break, so you're not going to want to go away. We'll see if the Broncos can get to 1,000 victories overall in their program. We'll take a short break and be back with more Rocket League action, so please stay tuned. You're not going to want to miss this.
Protecting your customer journey from fraud is critical. According to industry analysts, Count's AI-driven platform is the leading solution. From account login to digital payments, Count is recognized for both its customer impact and technology excellence. Learn more at count.com.
Growing up in Idaho, we have certain rules we live by. First rule, camouflage never goes out of style. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight you are joining us for our coverage of Mountain West Rocket League. Boise State just picked up a win against Wyoming. That was their 999th win for the program, so now we are going for a huge milestone, 1,000 wins for the total of Boise State. A bit of a friendly wave from the players here. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer, joined by Artemis Rain and Greg Smith, calling all of the action for you tonight. It's going to be very exciting now because the Broncos, like we were setting up at the beginning of this night, Greg, you were saying that they have basically every championship in the Mountain West. They're defending champs in everything.
Yeah, and the momentum for it. That was very recently. It was only last semester that they took those championships in Valorant, Rocket League, Overwatch, and I would love to see them continue those great strides forward. So we were here with them tonight for hopefully the 1,000th win.
Well, Artie, what do you think overall of these players that we saw? We've seen Gil, Hoosh playing in that last match. I mean, what an honor it would be to be the victory for this particular. I mean, what do you think? You having an insight to all the players, what's going through their mind?
I can tell you for sure, if you were here last week, I was harassing Gil, so to speak, from stage, asking him to get a hat trick, and I found out that he's boycotting it right now due to some unfortunate circumstance. And for game number 1,000, I'd really like Gil to give up the ghost on the boycott and go for the hat trick.
Okay.
I know he can hear me. He gave us that cute smile from on stage when we had the camera at him, but I'm going to turn and face him right now. Gil, I want a hat trick. Come on, it's game number 1,000, please.
All right.
Even got Doc nodding along with it.
The gauntlet's been laid down. We'll see if they can do it. But that isn't the only advice that these players are going to want to follow. They also want to follow Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League, and that is to set your play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and of course employ those sweaty comms. Doc's keys to the game brought to us by Drop In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. Ready to head into the next match. Boise State, you can see Doc giving them a few last-minute pointers as we have the chance to go over the lineup once more. Gil, Lions, and Hoosh, just like last game. Gil and Lions, no strangers to the Broncos, but Hoosh, of course, a new addition for this semester. So what a start it would be for his first competitive season to be able to lock 1,000 victories for the Broncos.
Got to watch Hoosh pop off last week in the ECAC game, so I think, being relatively new, already very comfortable playing with the Broncos.
He sure is, yeah. And we've seen Durtho really kick it up as well. All these players they have a lot of experience under their belt, and they perform well out there on the stage in the field.
All right. I'm going to hold you to a prediction because we've seen Wyoming definitely fond of those early goals. Do you think we'll see a goal from Boise State's opponent this time, which is going to be Nevada? Will we see a goal in the first minute?
I'm really bad at predictions. I'm going to say no.
I think so. I think we'll see it.
Okay, so we have one vote no, one vote yes. We'll see overall who has the better prediction as we head into this first kickoff. Lions is able to answer that back and try to deflect it over toward Nevada's goal. Shot toward the goal, just off of the post, back toward Bronco territory.
Hoosh is going to manage to get it over with a great clear to Lions. Ricochets off the ceiling, drops down at the midfield. Looks like an awkward challenge there. Does result in the loss of possession, finally picked up by Nevada.
It's going to be a quick adjustment and centering as Crisp tries to get it there, but Toonlink goes right over him. Oh, just avoiding him barely. Does stay on their grass, though, so they have a chance here to get some better centering, but Boise State is just playing them in circles. They're looking to walk it back over the 50 here, and it goes a nice chip airborne.
The Broncos are having to deal with a couple of shots on goal from Nevada. They are steadily putting the pressure on the Broncos, but that demo onto Wilds could clear things up. Hoosh gets a touch on it. It's going to be deflected way off into the corner. Wilds and Hoosh now in a hot pursuit for it. It heads back toward midfield, and now Lions gets demoed. Nevada Wolfpack still bringing out the pressure, but Gill managing to rise to the call and get a goal.
I'd like to point out that Broncos made it a minute without Nevada scoring on them, so my prediction was correct. I'm so happy about that.
By 3 seconds, you managed to squeeze it in.
Yes, I'm good with that.
So now we're going to see if the Broncos are going to be good with just a 1-goal lead or if they will extend it to 2-goal leads. They were going to try off of this kickoff. Now Hoosh he's going to try to center it, maybe go for it himself, but Wildsnight is able to get the save.
Lions with the centering, looking to give it to Gill, but it is deflected a bit. Now Wilds holding it, trying to rock it over the line. Not quite there, and look at this very forward defense by Boise State, taking a little bit of a gamble. If it gets around them, it's an easy way in. Gill to walk it up, take it right around Wilds. Toonlink is going to find it before Hoosh steals it out and sends it over. It's a lot of midfield play, but here finally is the lineup and a slow tap in from Hoosh, bringing it to a 2-0 against Nevada.
Broncos putting themselves in an early lead, 3 minutes, 18 seconds still left on the clock. But, you know, typically you're looking for that 1 plus a security goal. Question is, can the Broncos maintain it? Of course, I'm going to say yes. This is game number 1,000th victory for them. They definitely want to just keep going and keep Nevada at a 0-goal scoreline.
Now Gill is trying to scope out the next play, trying to play it around the Wolfpack, but it's going to be left wanting. Nevada is still yet to get their first goal, and now Hoosh with a great clear off into the corner. Can he center it? He's going to have to play around one. Going around Toonlink. Gill in an awkward position. Would have had to reverse in to keep that going, so Boise State just slow plays it. Nice shot from Hoosh back to center. Can he just dunk it in himself? He's denied.
Not quite going to be there. Gill looking to center it again, but all 3 players in Nevada are just right behind it. They get a beautiful chip right over, and it is a whiff by the defense. Toonlink to find the first one for Nevada, getting rid of that equalizing goal. Boise State now, sorry, of that security goal. Boise State has a little bit of a security to look for.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Hoosh just in the specific position he was. Didn't give him a lot of room to kind of accelerate forward into the ball. That tripped out the Broncos, but they're going to be able to equalize it before I even finish my thought.
All right, Gill, one more, please. Please don't hang back in the defensive third of the Bronco half of the field. I'm begging you. I'm going to keep a close eye on your rotations to see if that's what you start doing. You're 1 goal off, man, please.
Come on, Artie has already gotten a successful prediction for the night. The least you can do is...
Wow, that was the most interesting walk.
Gill just drives by the soccer ball as if out of spite.
I'm remembering this, Gill. I'm never going to let you live this down.
Hoosh with an adjustment, doesn't quite give it over to Lions, but they are able to keep it away. Lions struggling to keep it from Wild, sends it further and further down, but Crisp not there fast enough to send it sideways into the goal, so gets back to the orange turf. Toonlink and Wilds looking to cooperate here, ends up sending it down. Hoosh on the defense does get a good demo. Lions is able to take it out of there now. Crisp plays right over them with a beautiful walk up. Gill with the adjustment. Look at the waterfall right in there. Almost
Come on, Gill! Oh, man, that was so gosh darn close.
I would be willing to predict that he just wanted to get it as close as he could at this point.
You know, I wouldn't put it past Gill. I can't.
Boise State still has a pretty comfortable 2-0 lead. Going to be moving on to the next part of this match.
Toonloin going to be the one to send it around, trying to center it up. Almost had a good shot on goal potential there. Oh, a little awkward right in front of the goal. Crisp, very close to being able to running it in. Now Wilds looking to fork it up into the air if he can. Gill does get it around. Crisp walking it up towards the center. Not going to be there. 1 minute remaining as it goes corner. It's a game of control now.
A game of already begging Gill to get that hat trick. You're so close, Gill. Come on.
It might not be there.
Hey, he's
so
gotten
secure.
a hat trick in terms of demos.
I mean, yes, but I want the hat trick in terms of goals, all right? That last one was so close. It was basically toying with my mental, like, fortitude to not just die here on stage.
Oh, Gill has it!
Yes,
He's gonna
Gill!
get it!
Yes!
He gets the hat trick!
All right, I am satisfied. We got 32 seconds on the clock. Broncos leading by 3. Gill gets the hat trick I've been begging for over a week now. I'm satisfied. That is a true cherry on top of the cake there for game 1000.
Alrighty, well, it's not game 1000 quite yet. Broncos still have a ways to go. Nevada in the last 30 seconds is going to try to set themselves up for another goal, but Gill with a precision strike is going to demo one of the members of the Wolfpack, and again, Gill is just out for it.
I guess he really is going for that hat trick on demos and wants a second one.
Yeah, all the aggression in the tank there. Only 10 seconds left, and Boise State's win contest to ground.
What?
Well, that was a, we'll just mosey on right past that because the Broncos are sure going to be happy with a 4-1 victory. As long as that ball touches the ground, it will end. And Broncos off to a good start in this best of 5. And Gill, of course, rightly showing off now for the hat trick.
I appreciate it.
And 5 demolitions getting him the executioner.
We can also see a look on stage. I believe that is Hoosh on stage. We also have a little bit of cheering from the audience, too. Always nice when they have those gamer tags. Very conducive to crowd cheering.
Most definitely. Though it kind of sounds awfully close to boo, so.
I know. You got to try. It's one of those things where either you know or you're very concerned of why the audience is suddenly turned against the Broncos. I mean, look at Gill's activity feed. I mean, it is completely stacked. 5 demos for that entire round.
Oh. I don't know if you heard it, but
wait,
Gill just
Gill,
said
was that directed
the
at me?
hat trick was not for Artie.
Yeah, he
played all out just for fun.
Wow. Okay. You can kind of cut the tension with a knife right now on desk, so I'm just going to say let's move on to the next round. Maybe we have a bit of a change of opinion from Artie. Maybe 999 wins is enough for these players.
Maybe for Gill.
Maybe forget.
We can just pull him out mid-map.
Everyone else gets, rotate someone else in for the final play. Oh, even in the moments where there is a lot of pomp and circumstance, the Broncos still keeping a bit cheeky.
I mean, I love the Rocket League players to death. We all suffered together when we were stuck in Newark, New Jersey during May of last year. They're all a great bunch of people, but my, am I going to remember that, Gill?
Well, maybe he tries to show off even more by getting the first goal. He's going to try to pass it over to Lions, who's on the follow-up, gets the goal. 4:51 and 1 goal already.
I appreciate not being forced to make a prediction against.
No, you got the one you
again.
wanted, and you're cashing out for the night.
I'm pretty sure Greg would have been right on number 2.
Overall, this next kickoff, elevation up and a 50-50 between Wilds and Gill, and neither is going to get what they're looking for after that one.
No, indeed, as the ball goes live, it's going to be Hoosh looking in to walk it again, but so much defensive wall there. A little bit of a double hold. See if Lions can be the one to adjust on out. It is a big demo. He's able to center it, but there's nobody there. Gill looking for an adjustment here, has the potential, but around the demo that we couldn't see, it went a bit wide. Lions now looks to center it, giving Gill a chance, but he's dunked right on. Hoosh with a decent defense, keeps it on the orange turf.
Ooh.
One more demo onto Crisp with a good setup for Lions, but Toonloink barely gets it out of there, is able to clear it to the other side. Crisp now looking to help adjust to center. It's not quite there, goes a bit high. Gil is able to chip it right out of the hands, and if it weren't for Crisp, it could have been another shot on goal. It's going to go sideways, and Lions looking to adjust. Oh, just beats Gil to it. Not quite there. Loss of possession accordingly.
Ball does get cleared. Hoosh goes for a minor elevation, decides to just ground themselves. Ball gets popped up in front of the net by Lions. Challenge by one of the Nevada players. Result of the ball getting popped up in the corner. Gil goes for the clear, but it's right in front of the goal. Finished off by Hoosh. Gil now elevates. Can't get a touch on it. 50-50 in favor of Nevada. Ball trying to be corralled by Lions in the corner.
Bit of a departure from the first game where Boise State built up a huge lead. Wolfpack trying to keep it competitive as Toon Loink has the breakaway shot toward Boise State's goal. Redirects it in, and we have a tied game again.
Gil was just so close there to being able to get rid of it.
The players are out for it tonight.
I mean, technically, what Dirt Throw said, if you're in the arena, was correct. I was going to ignore it, but there's been shade thrown already to me on stage.
You're just going to keep moving on. We'll be back with the next episode in the saga of Gil. But for now, we've got to get back to this Rocket League match, which is all tied up and very competitive.
A send back to center after that 50-50. Crisp is going to be the one to walk it around with Toon Loink. Lions looking to just ground it. Is playing against quite a field there. So Wilds is able to take it out from their Gil. Looking to play an active defense, keep it away from the goals. Toon Loink, a lot of digging in the corner, looking to center and then deflect. It is a clear and open spot. Hoosh looking for that adjustment. It's not quite there. Gil tries to follow in after, but it's not going to find it. Go back to the corner now. Crisp tries to send it to the other side. It was a close one for Boise State, looking for that advantage goal, but it is still a 1-1 with about 2:20 on the clock.
I do not know what happened there by any means whatsoever. Blanco's going to have to recover. Can they? They can't against Toon Loink. Nevada goes into the lead.
Toon Loink, a gorgeous double tap, just following it all the way through. Now Boise State, an uphill battle for the next 120 seconds.
And that is why you want to clear to the sides, not clear directly in front of your own goal. As we go into the next kickoff, it goes heavily in favor of Nevada with the double demo. Gil goes down, as does Wilds from the side of Nevada. Both teams down one player. Respawns have happened. Lions trying to corral the ball here with help of Hoosh in the corner on Nevada territory.
They're going to take it right out of the corner. Hoosh looking to deflect it back center. Gil and Lions looking to cooperate in this one, but it is not a comfortable position. Oh, and Crisp back with the rebound, is able to find it with a friend in goal. That is a 3-1 against Boise State. They have a game up, so they can take this loss if they need it, but they won't want to.
I also don't want to discount Wilds. I mean, he was doing exactly what he should have done, clearing Boise State out of the goal, being a constant disruption for them. So the Wolfpack have definitely found their groove, but can the Broncos fight back? Hoosh is going to try to set it up. Gil on the follow-up. Just a bit too late on that shot. The Broncos still looking for their goal. Toon Loink now clearing it back. Wilds with the follow-up off the backboard. A double commit on the save. The Broncos just barely get rid of that one, but they rotated too far up, and Lions gets the goal.
We're at just under 90 seconds remaining here in game number 2. Broncos trailing by 1. Plenty of time for them to find 1 goal, plus an extra to prevent any form of overtime and just crush any opportunity for Nevada to bring this one back into their favor. But first, Broncos need to find 1 goal. 90 seconds to do it. Very possible.
We have seen these teams take things so fast. They're looking for a quick one. Lions going to be with a first adjustment. Walk down right on the top of Crisp with an easy equalizer. An effective 0-0 now with only 2 on the clock. 120, that is it.
He goes immediately for the corner boost and then just says, watch this. I got everything I need to make that play. And in spectacular fashion, the Broncos have tied this up in a matter of just 15, 20 seconds.
That one was absolutely gorgeous. Now all we request is to do it again to make sure the Broncos can have a secure goal for themselves. So they need 2 more, roughly speaking. Ball is in at the defensive third for Boise State, though, so they need to find a clear and get this ball away from Crisp.
1 minute left. Both teams tied. Gil trying to set it up. Wilds Knight is demoed, but it's still enough for the Wolfpack to be able clear it back. Hoosh answers it back toward midfield, going up against Crisp. Crisp gets the better of that contest. Now is going to pass it over to Toonloink in the center, and Lions deflects it off to the side, but a quick follow-up. Almost a shot on goal. That is a shot on goal. I meant almost a goal against the Broncos. They cannot relax for 1 second.
Toonloink trying to keep it forward, but most of Boise State is here to say otherwise. Crisp almost with the lineup there. Doesn't quite have it. Toonlink to send it straight forward is sent sideways by Gill. Not a lot of BSU player over there, but with an adjustment from Crisp, who's just able to take it, send it back to the middle. Lions looking to get a nice setup, but there's plenty of airtime for Wilds to shut it down now. With a grounding in the next 5 seconds, we could be looking at an overtime, which could end short, could go on a while. Let's see where this 3-3 takes us.
Go with possession in the air. Ball gets a little bit popped up, does ground itself in the corner. Golden goal situation for game number 2. Either Nevada walks away with the golden goal and ties our series for this best of 5, bringing us to the standard best of 3, or the Broncos put themselves at match point.
A quick
Oh
shot
my God,
from Gill! What a play in overtime, not even 10 seconds into it. Hoosh calls that out, sees that Toonloink has already committed, and Gill chips it in for the victory against the Wolfpack in game number 2. I believe that it's going to do it for game 2. Yeah, it looks like, I know production, we want to give the 1000th win to Boise as much as we can, but we have to play through all 5 of these games. But definitely the way they are playing, I wouldn't be surprised if they ended 3-0.
I don't know. I just heard Doc say something around the lines of, do you even have a pulse, possibly implying someone is heartless on our own squad. If it's going to be heartless, I'm going to imply that's possibly Gill for literally, like, backseating that entire game, not scoring a goal, and then overtime, Gill's finally like, okay, I'll do something now.
I'll do something, just so I can credit myself with the 1000th win.
No, some serious shutdowns. He definitely wants his hand in the pot for this win.
I love how over the course we've gone from cheering to Gill to being Gill's best cheerleaders to making him the designated villain of the group.
I mean, Durtho can do that for us if we want to bring him up here.
Oh, Durtho. He always has a lot to say. We were talking about Hoosh being a new player. Durtho, also new for this semester, has already made quite a splash within the Broncos organization. Now we go to see if the Broncos can get their 1000th victory in this organization's history. Let's get into game number 3 and see if they can sweep Nevada. Kickoff slightly in favor of the Broncos. Hoosh is going to try to leave it, waterfall it down. Not going to find it quite yet. Now a shot from Gill. He gets beaten to the punch by Nevada. Boise State is now left defending in their own territory.
Elevation from Gill, does whiff on it, but follows up, manages to get just a forward tap. Crisp goes for the clear. It's going to hit the midfield. Into the back third, Bronco territory, off back wall, centered up opportunity, but no one elevates from Nevada. They're all too scared. Gill dunking the ball across midfield stripe.
Just trying to walk it in. Wilds Knights kind of trying to play around Hoosh here, figure out where he's going to go. That backwards 50-50 does go to Hoosh, and now Gill with possession looking to take it out. Is going to go to Hoosh one more time to walk it over Chris, but the rotations come out, and Toonloink looking to center it up. Lions with good positioning is able to take it. Almost a demo there. Toonloink bumping Hoosh out of the way now. Not the most comfortable position. Yeah, they're all short lobs and nice and slow, though, so there's time to react. Hoosh looking to walk it back down the field is shut down by Crisp. It is sent towards the floor. Very vertical play here. Another demo with 2 on the field. Lions tries to keep it center, but Toonloink looking for a setup. Almost there. Hoosh, aggressive on the defense, is able to take it. And Gill now walking it slowly down the field. There's just not quite the backup to actually get anything to a real shot on goal for BSU.
Oh, quick shot from midfield. Almost scored on to the Broncos. Nice pop by Crisp. Now Lions looking for his clear.
Ball stopped at midfield stripe by Wilds. Going to be followed up on by Hoosh to put pressure on Wilds, forcing the ball to get popped near ceiling. Lions comes in off the backboard, tries to go for the double touch, can't find it, and the ball gets cleared to midfield stripe, but denied by Hoosh, who just sends it right into the corner.
Yeah, Gill was just not quite there for the follow-up, but he is this time. Gill to take the first point for Nevada. 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, playing right over Wilds Knight, and all Toonloink can do is look on in despair as Broncos put themselves back into a lead. We have just 3 minutes left in this match. Almost halfway through.
A quick send over to the orange turf, looking to kind of center the ball here. Not quite going to happen. Hoosh to send it airborne, then get a quick demo onto Wilds. As the ball walks down to the Boise State side of the field, Gil looking to be this active defense against a possible waterfall from Wilds. Does dispute it. It's going to be going down towards the goal here. Hoosh looking for a decent lineup. Lions trying to play off of it. Sends it in between all three players, finding that stabilizing goal. 2-0 for Boise State with another 2:30 on the clock.
Did look like we also had Gil in position for any possible follow-up. All three members of Nevada just kind of corralled in front of their own goal. Not prepared for any sort of breakaway play from Boise State. They're forcing them onto their back feet.
Off this kickoff, Toonlunk is trying to change things around. It's going to leave it for Wilds. A slight tap on it now. Crisp is going to try to get a shot on goal. It's accurate, but it is slow, and Hoosh manages to pick up the save, pushes it back across midfield. Crisp to deflect it off to the corner. Wolfpack still just barely hanging on. Clear off the wall, denied by Hoosh. He goes and plays again, looking to put the Broncos back into it. And a lot of people going after the ball in midfield.
There sure are, and it feels like midfield's been quite a bit of the game. If it's not right towards the goal, Gil with a slow walk in. Much to Toonlunk's dismay.
I need to see the replay on this one. That just made zero sense to me.
Oh, wow.
Just chips right over it.
Wilds almost had the clear. He almost did.
Gil just cartwheels over the ball.
Uh-huh. I thought that was going to be a whiff. I truly thought the defense follow-up saved that ball.
No such thing.
It turns
Lions
it
with an easy walk over, almost hands it to Crisp to put in. Gil just with the fake out, sends it over two of them with a setup for Hoosh. It is a beautiful dunk over both of the Nevada players looking to defend this. Just watch him fake both of them out. He's too good, no flips necessary.
Just backs up away from both the defenders, baiting them out as we tick down past the last 90 seconds of this game. Well, sorry, 98 seconds.
I just think they wanted to give him one goal each.
Yeah, Boise State this time will not settle for no 4-goal advantage. They want to see it go all the way.
Well, a 4-goal advantage is what they have right now. We'll see if they can make it even more as we head into 1 minute and a half left in this match. Still within the realm of possibility for the Wolfpack to even this up, but they would need to get a goal right now. Start things going in their way, and Gil is just going to say, nope, I want the 5th goal, setting up right in front, almost goes in, and Chris barely walks away with the save there.
Chris putting pressure on Hoosh, forcing Hoosh to leave the ball for Lions. Lions now looking to center it up, just stalls out intentionally to bait the defense. Gil pops the ball up, challenge, but at first there's a whiff from the Nevada defense. The follow-up did help them cross midfield stripe.
Less than a minute left in game 3, the match point for the Broncos. Shot from midfield by Hoosh. Gil might follow up, but Chris beats him to it. Pushes it off to the corner. Can Lions take it away from him? Nope, and now it's the Wolfpack's next play. But Hoosh tries to turn it around. It's denied by Wilds. The Lions follow up? Okay.
Denied again.
Denied again.
Gil's going to try and center it. Doesn't get the touch on it, but Crisp actually did with the assist from Gil.
Just when I resign myself to the goal not being scored, of course.
I mean, Gil gets a touch here. I do believe that Crisp also, when Hoosh got the redirect towards the net, got a touch. Oof.
20 seconds left, and to make up 5 goals in this short of time would be a tall order for even the most professional Rocket League team out there. The Wolfpack are going to try. Hoosh just gets possession back, and a quick deflect by Crisp keeps the Broncos from getting a perfect win.
Yeah, Crisp has not won any bagels tonight. Going to get one nice little tap in. Still a very intense play at an attempt for a win here. Boise State is feeling secure, just need 10 more seconds of airtime before grounding that ball.
Oh, Crisp tries to go for a shot right off of the kickoff, but I'd say just about now there is too little time left for the Wolfpack to do anything. The audience counts it out, and Boise State has achieved their 1,000th victory in program history. Congratulations, Broncos.
And you can see that all of the players from multiple...
They lift Gil up in particular.
Gee, I wonder why.
Congrats to the Broncos. And the confetti goes flying all over the place as the Broncos bask in their victory. Congrats! They have gotten 1,000 wins.
Considering both you and I attributed to a fair number of those wins ourselves when we were members.
That is true.
Do you feel a little old yet?
I feel when I can't imagine how old I feel. Of course, we'll just wait for the music here to subside. Everyone is feeling good. Everyone is feeling victorious. There we go. Boy, you can actually see on there, there's the list going all the way back to 2017.
Holy cow.
This is what makes us feel old.
Yeah, so, I mean, understanding lifting up Gil, because Gil's up there out of that squad, was one of the longest standing members that we had on stage tonight. But I just asked Jem, considering both Jem and I did play for our respective teams for a bit and contributed to some of those victories, how old do we feel? Do we feel old just yet? And the answer is yeah.
When I was writing the press release for this, I was going back through everything Boise State has played. And they have played so much. The games overall that each contributed to the 1,000 wins you're seeing here: Overwatch, League of Legends, Heroes of the Storm, Rocket League, Hearthstone, Valorant, Halo, Madden, and now Super Smash Brothers. I mean, this is such a long story history for the Broncos. I can't believe that it's been 6 years already, and we have gotten to the 1,000th win. I mean, it is kind of bone-chilling when you look back at it.
More like my bones are starting to hurt.
Because you've been in the program just as long as I have.
Yes, we've been here just a little bit too long.
And this program has had so many
Greg
ups
just to stay
and
here
downs.
and smile like
Yeah,
I've
Greg,
just made fun of you guys.
I get to see the next 1,000 wins. Yeah.
You get to see the next 1,000.
Yeah, you Hall of Famers have you've done your time now. Now it's my turn.
Greg is literally like, I can continue to mock both of you.
Yeah, we'll be sure to be here for the 2,000 wins. I mean, granted, we'll have to bring our walkers here for it, but
yeah,
at the same time, you know, we'll be here to celebrate any milestone that Boise State has. So, quite a task to be brought up now. We have to name player of the game. I think the players, or the varsity players, have already given their opinion on that.
Yeah, and I can't argue with it as much as I want to. It's probably just going to go to Gil, but actually, I think it could go to Hoosh.
Okay, we're going to see who production decides to give it to. Who overall has the player of the game in the 1,000th victory? Gil's already pointing to himself. Some of the audience members are pointing to him. We'll see who production decides to give it to. But overall, just more congratulations to the Broncos. And we actually, of course, have the trio to be brought up here so we can see a little bit from each player, what they contributed, and then make the decision for ourselves. So, of course, it being Rocket League, there are 3 players on the team, so it can really only be these 3 players. We're going to start things out with Hoosh. And there's your case. You were making the case that Hoosh.
But, I mean, like, I know I'm already going to be wrong. Just based off of the sheer energy I'm getting from everyone, I know I'm wrong. No offense, Hoosh.
Of course, it could also be Lions. The Lions had this amazing play. I mean, this is probably one of the most consequential plays of the game. Like, if you're talking about a quality over quantity sort of thing, it's kind of insane. He was able to get the Broncos the equalization for that match.
All right, Greg, you've been quiet. State the case for Gil.
Yeah, there's a chance that we could see Gil. Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty influential through it all. The beautiful back burner player that loves to play the defense just for Artie. I would say I'd give it to Gil. A great effort from Hoosh. He's been consistent, so much application. But I don't know. I feel like the crowd's already kind of chosen their man.
I think so, too, which is why I know I'm wrong. I'm always wrong. It's fine.
We'll see who the player of the game is given to. It's brought to us by Idaho Central Credit Union. And the player of the game for tonight, as everyone waits with bated breath on who gets the ultimate bragging rights for tonight, I gotta say, the arena already looks like fall. The confetti almost looks like fallen leaves all over.
And it's crisp. No.
I'm
Nice,
sorry. Yeah, they weren't gonna. Yep.
Excellently done. There are plenty of claps and cheers for Gil here in the arena as we've just crossed a fantastic milestone.
I want the record to show I was wanting Gil to get a hat trick just because last week we saw everyone else on the team get not just one but multiple hat tricks in games, and then Gil was just kind of playing a supportive role without popping off when we all know that Gil can. And so to get the shade that Gil threw at me today after requesting for the hat trick, man, I just wanted to see you pop off. But all right, fine. I'll remember this forever.
You'll remember this forever. I'm sure Gil will, too. He is the player of the game, brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central is helping members achieve financial success. Gil is your ICCU player of the game. Well, the graphic for all our wins is still rolling up. It's actually into the 2020-2021. What was obviously a very challenging time for everyone, but Boise State Esports, one of the few programs that could still continue and score wins for the Broncos throughout all the obstacles. And someone who has watched Broncos overcome a lot of those obstacles is joining us right now. It is our honor to welcome Boise State President Dr. Trump to the arena with us to give some remarks. It's great to have you with us, President Trump. It is you came into this university with Boise State Esports already kind of starting, but you have really seen it blossom into the championship-winning program that it is. What was your first thoughts when you saw the esports program and what Boise State had to offer?
You know, I was so proud of our esports program from the very beginning because what I saw were student athletes and our coach working so hard together to help people do incredible teamwork, to really strategize and think critically about how to do amazing things together. And I think that's the landmark of the kinds of things that people are going to do in their future. It really gives you a sense of how these athletes are going to go become leaders down the road in their future. So I'm very, very proud of our student athletes, our coaches, and Doc, who's been an amazing leader for this program, and to you who have done all this announcing and really helped people understand these games and see them in new ways. And so it's really a triumph to see this 1,000th victory, and I'm still wearing the confetti from.
I thought that was a lapel pin for a moment, but it is in fact the confetti. We'll just talk about your experience coming down here to the arena, because it's one thing to see it here on stream, talk about Boise State, getting 1,000 victories, but what does it mean for you being here and actually being in the crowd to cheer on the Broncos?
You know, there's just such a great energy here in your stadium space, and I get to see a lot of our student athletes and a lot of our student teams in all different areas. Our Tucking Broncos, our national championship debate team, our student athletes in football, volleyball, basketball, all across the spectrum. And there's a special energy that the Broncos carry with them, and that energy is here. And that's that sense of blue turf thinking, that you're going to disrupt, that you're going to be creative, innovative, that you're going to do exciting and new things. And there's incredible support here for you in the stadium, and that's really a thrill too. So I loved seeing everyone cheering on our athletes up there on the stage, even when you guys were giving them a little bit of a hard time. And I love seeing, that you can feel the sense of the team. When that 1,000th victory happened, you could really see people coming together and see that connection between all of our athletes and the community here. It's really exciting.
Well, you said blue turf thinking, and that's quite literally because the stage, for those of you that don't know, is first-generation blue turf from the Bronco Arena. And you kind of mentioned just a little bit about how this mixes into Boise State not only offering a lot of athletic opportunities, but also other ways of competing, whether it be through esports or debate. Just tell us a little bit more about that, about the rounded opportunities Boise State offers.
Well, I think one of the things that made people excited about esports as administrators when esports first began to emerge is they saw people coming in who were great thinkers, and they saw people coming in who could be dedicated and work hard and work together in teams. And if you think about the way the world works now, our academic programs are preparing people in the same way. So for example, we have a quantum DNA lab in our engineering facility, our material science engineering facility. It's literally the only one like it in the world. It has an 18-inch thick concrete floor. There aren't air vents in the room because any vibration or airflow could disrupt the lasers. But if we solve quantum computing at room temperature at Boise State, we will literally change the world here. And we have other facilities on campus, like in our nursing program, we have created new insights into how to care for people with different types of bodies, so across the range of body types. And that is revolutionary healthcare thinking. So we're doing that blue turf thinking all across our academic programs, and it's exciting to see it here too in esports.
Well, it's certainly a privilege to have you here for the arena. I want to thank you again for joining us. We'll get you out here. And everyone watching, we want to thank you. And once again, thank you, President Trump, for joining us.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, we have certainly had a lot of thoughts. I mean, do you two have any final closing remarks?
So, having been here at Boise State for such a long time, I was here when Bob Kustra was still our president, and Bob Kustra, I only interacted with that man when I was working at NPR, because he used to come in and read on Fridays to us for like the news station, and to have an actual supportive president of this program who I see on a regular basis. I mean, President Trump came into our pseudo esports arena during our second Mountain West Championship in Las Vegas, so Trump was there, and having just such a supportive, well-rounded human being here with us and who supports this program so heavily is absolutely amazing and a gift.
And Greg, I know you haven't been here quite as long as Artie and I, but what has the esports program meant to you?
Yeah, I work more closely with the Esports Tower, which is kind of the forefront of it all, I think. It's nice to see what Boise State has done, not just for themselves and not just for the people working with them, but for the esports community as a total. We've seen so many scholarships be awarded, and we've seen things really change and grow, and I love that progress that we're looking forward to.
Well, just in terms of it's the greatest coincidence that ever happened in my life. I had to fulfill a disciplinary lens course. Originally tried to do it in law, but with a law degree, but thanks to some construction and a 1-hour delay by the Ada County Highway District, I ended up not being able to attend that class and wound up in one of Doc's class, which led to the formation of everything here. So it's just kind of funny how life can work out like that, but in the end, it just feels like it's meant to be because I've had such a great time here. This has given me the college experience that I was hoping for when I came in. You know, the teamwork, the community, everything about it has been a complete blessing in my life. Well, that is going to do it for us tonight. We'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. Congratulations, Broncos, on your 1,000th victory. We'll close out tonight with your top 5 plays of the game.
Not quite going to be there. Gil looking to center it again. But all 3 players in Nevada are just right behind it. They get a beautiful chip right over. And it is a whiff by the defense. Toonloink to find the first one for Nevada. Getting rid of that equalizing goal. Boise State now. Story of that security goal. Boise State has Hoosh looking to deflect it back center. Gil and Lyons looking to cooperate in this one, but it is not a comfortable position. Oh, and Crisp back with the rebound, is able to find it with a friend in goal. That is a 3-1 against Boise State. They have a game up, so they can take this loss if they need it, but they won't want
back. Wilds with the follow-up off the backboard. A double commit on the save. The Broncos just barely get it done, but they rotated too far up, and Lyons gets the goal.
We're at just under 90 seconds remaining here in game number 2. Broncos trailing by 1. Plenty of time for them to find 1 goal plus an extra to prevent any form of overtime and just crush any off that kill.
Well, maybe he tries to show off even more by getting the first goal. He's going to try to pass it over to Lyons, who's on the follow-up, gets the goal. 4:51 and 1 goal already.
I appreciate not being forced to make a prediction against. It was basically toying with my mental like fortitude to not just die here on stage.
Oh, Gil has it!
Yes,
He's gonna
Gil!
get it!
Yes!
He gets the hat trick!
All right, I am satisfied. We got 32 seconds on the clock. Broncos leading by 3. Gil gets the hat trick I've been begging for over a week now. I'm satisfied.